Is that the time for another Thoughts on a Thursday? Welcome. Hey friends, welcome to Thoughts on a Thursday, filmed on a Wednesday. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys managed to check out Louise's video from Sunday where Joanne interviewed Louise and looked at her life and looked at how Jesus has made a difference to her. And I was watching the video and I was thinking about what we can talk about for Thoughts on a Thursday this week, and I realised that I'm asking the biggest understated question in the world of what difference does Jesus make to your life? Because what we've seen over the last few weeks and what we'll see on Sunday when we listen to Tom is that Jesus changes everything. When you've encountered Jesus and when you've decided to follow Jesus, you realise that things look pretty different sometimes. Sometimes, things look the same and things look mundane and ordinary. But you realise that inside Jesus changes everything. Jesus makes all the difference, and he's inviting us to step into that. He's inviting us to follow him. Louise mentioned that when she encountered Jesus, it's almost as if something was lifted above her eyes and that she'd left a job and she'd decided that she was going to go all out. She was going to go all in and follow Jesus. And I'm not saying to you guys, I'm not saying leave school and then go and live in the forest to pray for years on end. I'm not saying leave your college, or I'm not saying leave your university degree. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that Jesus is calling us to follow him. And he's saying, will you choose to follow me? Will you choose to follow me? And the questions that we've been asking is, how is it that we engage with that? How is it that we engage with the difference that Jesus wants to make in our lives? And really the answer is just to choose Jesus. To choose to follow him, and he will do the rest. I was watching something today. I was watching a video from HTB Youth, the church network of churches that we're linked to. And this lady was saying on HTB Youth, she was saying that there's this word that to just choose Jesus. He's inviting you to just choose him. And I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about what that meant with Louise, and I was thinking about what this looks like in the Bible, that he's calling us to just choose him because he's already chosen us. Simon Peter in the Bible, a lot of you may be familiar to this story. For some of you, it may be for the first time. Simon Peter's this fisherman. And one day, Simon Peter's fishing. He's been out all night and there's been no catch at all. And Simon Peter's wondering, God, this is a nightmare. But Jesus asks if he can borrow his boat. Jesus takes his boat out on the water, begins to preach about the kingdom of God, begins to preach about all this stuff. And then he comes back and he says to Simon Peter, who's been out fishing all night, he's probably very tired. He says, Simon, take the boat out. Take the boat out into deep water. And he says, when they're out there, cast your net. Throw your net on the side of the boat, and there's nothing. And then he says, cast your nets on the other side of the boat. He casts his nets on the other side of the boat, and he reels in this big catch of fish, so much fish, he's overwhelmed by it. The boat nearly sinks and he can't exactly bring it back to shore on his own. And Jesus says, Simon, I'm going to give you a purpose. Simon, I'm going to make you fishers of men. Follow me. In fact, let's read that in Mark's Gospel. Jesus has walked by the Sea of Galilee. He sees Simon, his brother, and he says, cast the nets on the other side. And he says this, Mark chapter 1, verse 17, come and follow me, and I will send you out to fish for people. At once they left their nets and followed him. You see, that moment where Jesus invites Simon Peter to come and follow me is the moment that makes all the difference. Because Simon Peter's life was never the same. In fact, Simon Peter ended up walking on the water. Simon Peter ended up following Jesus, being close to Jesus, seeing him heal the sick, seeing him cast out demons, seeing him go and heal those that have been ill and blind from birth. He sees him do all of this stuff, and his life is never the same. But Simon Peter had to leave his nets. And the question I want to ask you today, the encouragement I want to say is, choose Jesus. Will you choose Jesus? Will you choose to follow him because he's already chosen you and he's calling you to follow him so that he can make a difference in your life? That's the encouragement. It's so simple that that an ant can stand in its shallowness, but it's so deep that a hippo could drown in it. What a phrase. But friends, that's the encouragement. Jesus is calling you to follow him because he's longing to make a difference to your life. The question is, will you choose him? Will you say yes? Will you begin to walk and follow Jesus? Friends, over the next few weeks, we are going to continue of what that looks like. But I just felt prompted that that's the thing that God's calling us to do today. If we want to see a difference in our life, if we want to see Jesus make a difference in our life, it starts with following him. It starts with following Jesus. So will you choose him? Will you choose to follow Jesus?